Once again, your host, Derek Lane, for the Fast Lane Podcast for Success. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, it's truly a privilege to be with you once again and talk about all things in the success of life. Tonight we're going to be reviewing some things concerning money and happiness and what makes you happy. Is it really money? Is it really the money that drives your happiness home, or is it the idea of money? Okay, we're going to talk a little bit about that. So get ready. Okay, thanks so much. Once again, your host, Derek Lane. And tonight, the subject of money, and is it money that makes you happy? The idea that we're all chasing the almighty dollar is what we're on this earth to do leaves me a little bit... Well, it leaves me a little disappointed. I think that we have a bigger picture in life, and that is to chase our dreams, our passion, our desires, what works for us. You know, people have become rich following their dreams, following what works for them, their passion. People become rich by, writing it off and just doing, going after the money. I'm going to point to the lottery and the people that win the lottery, and some really surprising statistics about that. 70% of lottery winners go broke within 7 years. I mean, you're talking about people with millions. People with millions that go broke, and some of them had to start their job again, work for nothing again because they didn't have anything. That is amazing to me. How do you get millions of dollars, and within a short period of time, you're broke? There's the story of Jack Whitaker, who won $315 million in a lottery in West Virginia in 2002. He said, "I wished I'd torn up the ticket. Since winning, he lost his daughter and granddaughter to drug overdose. He was robbed of $545,000, and he just became so cold to everybody. He didn't feel like it was worth it." And those stories go on and on. There's there's exceptions. There's a few people that have managed to hang on and okay. But I think we need to break this down. Why is it that lottery winners go broke? I think it's because of the mentality. It's because of, do you deserve that money? Do you deserve it? Is it really yours? You want it? Yeah, you got people crawling out of the woodwork to, ask you for money. Oh, you got, $315 million. Can I have just $1 million? What do you do with that? Friends and family. Well, I can certainly tell you, if I won $315 million, my immediate family's going to get $1 million apiece. I mean, that's just, it's up to them what to do from there, and it'll be clear. But the bigger point here is that whether you win 315 or 2 million, whatever it is that you win, you have to feel like you deserve it. You have to feel like that that's yours. You own it. In other words, contrast that to the thinking that if I worked hard, owned a company, developed a company, and I was able to become, wealthy, and I was worth $2 million because I've worked hard. Think about it. I've worked hard and created my wealth, and now I'm worth $2 million. How can I handle it? I wouldn't go broke in 7 years after working my butt off to gain that financial freedom, because you work for it. You deserve it, right? Because you work for it. It's yours. You're not going to feel guilty about it. And I think that's the whole problem. People that meet success head on, they're not ready for it. You have to be mentally ready for success. And I guess that's really the theme of this podcast, is being mentally ready for success. What do you deserve? You look at your life and say, I don't deserve that. You do. You deserve everything that you want, that you build and you work for. But that goes back to how you talk about people with entitlements, people that don't work for what they get, whether it's on some kind of government subsidy, or you're a trust fund baby that your grandfather set up for you, and you don't really have to do anything. You just got money. Sweet life, right? Well, no. See, your life has a purpose. No matter what or who you are, your life has a purpose. If you don't meet that purpose, if you don't strive to be a purposeful person, then you're always going to be disappointed, depressed. So understand that I'm pretty sure that most of the people listening to this podcast have not hit the lottery, probably won't hit the lottery. As a matter of fact, as frugal as I am, I don't play the lottery. I don't spend $1 or $2 on the lottery, because I know my odds. Right? The odds are, you get struck by lightning before you hit the lottery. But yes, people have. Somebody's going to, right? That's their theme. Somebody's going to win. That's how they reel you in. Honestly, I'm opposed to the lottery. I think it's a bad deal. The real winners are the politicians, the state. They get to keep the money, a large portion of the money, with promises that your education is going to go up. I can tell you, in the state that I live in, the educational system in 20 years of having a lottery has been no different. So what really is that money going to? And here's my real problem with it, is that people are, they're hoaxed into thinking that, the $2, $5, whatever, may make them rich. You know what, folks? Take that $2 and $5, invest it into something. Hell, just put it in a savings account. Over a year that you would have spent $2 and $5 on a lottery ticket, you may have a little bit of a nest egg to put into an investment and build. I've talked about investments before. Your strategy is save enough money to create investments, let your investments work for you, passive income. That's the bigger picture. I'm not getting into that. I'm talking about the meaning and purpose for your life, and it's not to chase the dollar. It is not to chase the dollar. The meaning and purpose of your life is to make things around you better, to have a purpose. Whether you're a teacher, whether you're a gardener, I don't know. What you do is important. If you don't feel like what you do is important, you need to change what you do. You have to find your passion. That's the most important thing you can do for yourself as a human being, is find something that's important to you. Well, let's say that you're an accountant. You make good money. Life is not sexy by any stretch of the imagination. But that doesn't mean you can't contribute to charitable organizations. You can't help out in your community, because there's meaning and beauty in assisting. There's meaning and beauty in helping mankind to further our knowledge, to further our purpose, your purpose. It's just so important for you to understand that. It's so important for you to know that it's not the dollar you're chasing. When you look around and you see big homes and nice cars, and you wish you had all of that, well, you can. You sure can. There's programs and people and coaches and mentors and jobs that you can do all of that. That's great. But if you're unhappy, what's that get you? If you're not in a good relationship, I'm telling you, the purpose in life, we go through life, hopefully you've got a partner that shares your values, your goals, your dreams, but more importantly, you share the moments with each other. Again, your life is about the moment you're in. Can't live in the past, can't live in the future. You can only live in the moment. Just know that the moment you're in should be special all the time. Your passion, your jobs that you do, the thing, and when I say jobs, not your immediate job that provides income, but your job to be a leader in your community, your synagogue, wherever you find your strength, and pursue it. That's what you should be. That's what you should do. Never stop. Never stop. Always be the leader. Always be the example. Even in the face of defeat, when the chips are down, you're in your darkest hour, that's the time you have to be the strongest. When you think things are just bleak, there's no coming out of this, you are a strong person that can do what you want to do, have what you want to have. If you believe, and if you truly believe, then you're the person out there sharing that. You're the person out there showing other people, teaching, being a part of the community, being a part of something. It doesn't matter. I'm telling you, there's no greater value in this world than the value of helping another human being. Some of the things that you think that you don't have the strength for, you do. You do. You have to be a leader. You have to be the one that